What's up, guys? I know if you see me in this little box right here, then that means that it's a serious topic. Honestly, I have not been posting at all. I just wanted to make some type of awareness to the situations that's happening in the world. To be honest, I see a lot of people speaking on things on social media, but aren't using their platform, especially when they have a lot of supporters. They're not using their platform to create situations or groups where we could come together. You know, like, there's only so much talking can do. This video is strictly to get those like minds to come together. I don't want to say too much because people are self-incriminating themselves by saying what they want to happen to certain world leaders or individuals. And, you know, I think what it is that we're all in the same boat here, thought-wise, with all the wars and everything going on. I want y'all to know that, number one, the Rothschilds, one of the richest families in the world, one of the richest Jew families in the world that run everything, are funding both sides of the war. They've been doing this since the beginning of this whole system. So, ever since money was created, they have had a goal to basically brainwash society and create the 9-to-5 system, the school system, to distract us from learning the important things like different languages, learning ourselves, learning where we came from. You know, everything that's important that we don't focus on now. We focus on materialism, money, property, and relationships, and that has nothing to do with what's really going on in the world. So when we hear the things like Epstein and we hear about all these different things about our president or whatever coming out, and everyone's like so shocked and confused, the only people that's shocked and confused is the people that didn't take time to say something's not right. Because regardless if this stuff was out or not, like if you were a person that, you know, graduated high school and you have a 9-to-5, then you know that physically this is impossible to do at an emotionally stable level for the rest of your life. Like, there's no way a person could be okay with going in a 9-to-5, 40 hours out the week, is still too much. Like, that's why they prepare you with school. I don't like people that's doing 80 hours a week. You're literally killing yourself a lot quicker than hustling to the bag quicker. Because the one thing about it is you could hustle all you want. You can have goals all you want. But when you buy a house, most likely you're going to have to finance this land or whatever. You're going to have to borrow from the bank. As far as a car, you're going to have to sometimes, if you want that 2026 brand new vehicle, you might have 10K and they're like, hey, the car is 36K or whatever. And they're like, well, you could put that 10K, but you're going to have to pay interest. That interest is going to those people, the Jews, that never work. They don't have to lift a finger. And they don't feel bad because, number one, they don't have a conscience. They're inhumane. And then also they worship Lucifer. So everything that they're doing is intentional from their end. However, they don't care about the repercussions for us because they don't believe that we're anything. We're not important as them. You know, so when people realize that and that it was never a secret, it's literally happening. They show every day they don't care. If they did care, then why are they funding wars instead of ending slavery as far as 9-to-5s, ending world hunger? Why are you getting rid of the fruit trees? Why? Because you're going to have to go to the grocery store and purchase whatever it is that has their signature and name on there. And when you purchase this item, it's taxed and the taxes go to them. So when you're wondering, like, where are all these Jews coming from? And how come they don't have jobs? And how come they're never in a job? I wonder why. It's because you're paying their bills. You're literally paying their bills. Like, we have to put a stop to this. I'm tired of talking. I really am. But I'm tired of talking, but I'm not going to stop. Because there are other tired people too. And as long as I'm tired, they're tired. So we're going to be tired together until we can unite. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to make this video. I want to keep this short and sweet. And sometimes the truth hurts. Because Kanye had been telling people for years and years and years about everything going on, about slavery being a choice, and it is. Because I'm not talking about how they captured our ancestors and enslaved them and forced them on boats. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about this day and age in 2026, people clocking into their job every single morning, and especially if you have kids, bringing your child to this school every morning, knowing that they're learning algebra and all these things that did not benefit you in life at all. So you're just basically continuing the cycle. Y'all are keeping the cycle going. At this point, y'all can't even blame them no more because they already put it out there. There's old interviews from like 2006 and 2005 before AI was created of them speaking of these things. There's videos from the 90s, the 80s. Like, all of this been talked about. Before media was created, people were speaking out loud, meeting up in groups. That's why a lot of these revolutionary groups started. So this is not old news. I'm tired of y'all trying to make excuses and trying to point fingers because we already know who the problem is. But what are we going to do about it? Because if we don't do something about it, then we're a part of the problem. And as much as you guys are like, oh, at this point, I don't care, you know, it's failing so much and all this other stuff, just let it fall. Well, you guys forgot the purpose of us was to protect the animals and the earth. So when you don't do that and now it's not harmonized, what do you think is going to happen to your soul? Because you don't care and you're not intentional being on this planet. You have no purpose, literally. You think your purpose was to get a 9-to-5 and be a streamer? I don't think so. I don't think your purpose was to be a streamer. Like, that's cornball. Your purpose was not to be a basketball player. Your purpose was not to, like, these are talents. Yes. You can do these things. Yes. But if you're telling me that LeBron James made 97 mil in a couple seasons where Caitlyn from the WNBA only made, what, 300K after 4 years? It's never going to be equality here on this planet. So at the end of the day, it's not about talent. It's not about being good. It's not. Because there's a lot of artists that we can name off that are not talented, but make a lot of money from what they do. And y'all continue to feed into that energy. There's a lot of platforms that degrade the black community. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Because all they do is fight on there. And then when they go on the love shows, they give them insane nicknames like that degrades you as a person. And you're just like taking it because you think, well, at least I'm getting paid. Well, to them, they could rip up the money in your face and you're going to literally go off. You will go crazy. But it's to symbolize and show that it makes no sense. Like, money is not any type of currency for real. It's like, what can a piece of paper do for you? If you lay your money out in the rain for 10 days, it's going to tear apart. That's worthless. None of this stuff can go with you in the afterlife. None of this stuff is helping anybody. Money is the root of all evil. And until people realize that and stop chasing a bag and stop chasing a feeling that they will never get, then maybe we can heal as a planet so we can help others and help these animals like we're supposed to do. I mean, like, is no one else going to speak up on these things, like, without being called spiritual or without being called controversial or without being called a conspiracy theorist? Like, can we stop labeling people with common sense? Can we stop doing that, please?